What if Father Time simply missed his check? Picture a 53-year-old winger still dangling past kids half his age, racking up points while entire generations retire, coach, and start families. That's not a fantasy, it's Jaromír Yagger, the man who has skated through 5 different decades of pro hockey and still refuses to hang up the blades. From 4 a.m. tractor tire workouts behind the Iron Curtain to late night weighted vest laps in empty NHL arenas, Yagger's obsession didn't just stretch a career, it demolished every age limit the sport ever believed in. But the price of cheating time included million-dollar gambling debts, a leaked blackmail selfie, and a fresh courtroom battle in 2024. Stick around, hit that subscribe button, and dive into the iron-willed, scandal-scarred, ever-evolving legend of number 68. You won't believe how much one man can squeeze into a single hockey lifetime. Kladno, Czechoslovakia, 1980. 12-year-old Yagger is already up before sunrise, dragging tractor tires through knee-high mud while his classmates sleep. His father, also named Jaromír, owns the only tractor in town and turns the family farm into a private boot camp. Uphill sprints with water-filled buckets, 1,000 bodyweight squats before school, and endless stick-handling drills on gravel. Communist sports officials limit ice time for kids, so dad floods a frozen patch behind the barn, lights it with tractor headlights, and times his son's laps with a pocket watch. Coaches beg him to slow down. He skates harder. At 16, special government permission lands him in Czechoslovakia's top men's league, scoring against grown men who'd later call him the teenager who played keep away with our dignity. The foundation is set. Oversized legs, tire-thick wrists, and a mindset wired to outwork entire rosters. But once the Iron Curtain cracks, the world is about to discover what those barn-lit midnights really built. He steps onto his first transatlantic flight with 2 sticks, $500, and 0 English words. But a mentor is waiting. Pittsburgh, 1990. Drafted 5th overall, Yagger hops into Mario Lemieux's car and into a living arrangement almost unheard of. The NHL's biggest superstar invites the Czech rookie to move in. Morning commutes become language lessons. Afternoons turn into 2-man clinics where Lemieux dissects NHL defenses frame by frame on VHS. Yagger copies everything: skating stride, wrist shot release, even Mario's post-practice stretching. By spring 1991, the Silent Lodger has transformed into a playoff X-Factor. In Game 5 against Boston, he slices through 2 defenders and roofs a goal that spins sports anchors into speechlessness. The Penguins capture back-to-back cups, and the mullet becomes hockey's most recognizable silhouette. But success breeds autonomy. When Lemieux's health collapses, the protege inherits the C at 23. He's captaining a contender loaded with veterans 10 years older. Teammates expect jitters. He answers with 4 straight scoring titles and a 149-point season that forces coaches to rethink how you stop a 6'3", 230-pound winger who protects pucks like a bank vault. Yet while the highlight reels explode, a darker tally is building away from the rink. The first crack appears in 2003. An IRS lien reveals Yagger owes millions after wiring cash to offshore betting sites under aliases. He eventually settles, but Vegas sportsbooks learn to smile whenever number 68 walks in. A few years later, an 18-year-old Czech model snaps a dawn-after selfie with a sleeping Yagger and tries to sell it for hush money. His response? Post it. I look good. The image goes viral. The blackmail collapses. That bulletproof nonchalance resurfaces in 2024 when Kladno's city council sues him for 6 months of unpaid arena rent, citing whispers of renewed gambling losses. Yagger shrugs again, promises a payment plan, and laces up for that night's league game, scoring the overtime winner. To outsiders, it's madness. To him, it's maintenance. He once quipped, "Pressure pays my bills, goals pay my debts." But scandals force reinvention. The next chapter sends hockey's vagabond on a world tour, armed with a heavier stick and a brand new playbook for aging. Washington money can't buy chemistry, so Yagger bolts to Broadway. At 34, when most skaters are losing half steps, he rewrites the Rangers' record book with 123 points. How? Weighted sticks in practice, midnight tape studies of every goalie's glove twitch, and a pregame nap ritual so strict teammates call it Y time. When the NHL lockout hits, he detours to Russia's KHL, dances around Olympic-sized ice sheets, then shocks pundits by returning to Philadelphia at 39. He shouldn't have speed. Instead, he has angles. He shouldn't win battles. Instead, he leans that farm-bred torso into kids who bounce away like pinballs. With the Dallas Stars, he teaches Jamie Benn how to protect pucks. In Boston, he mentors Brad Marchand on turning quick pivots into scoring chances. Everywhere he lands, power play percentages jump. Young guns laugh at the ankle weights until they chase him in practice and never touch the puck. But turning 40 is nothing compared with what comes next. An encore as franchise savior. In 2018, his NHL chapter finally closes, but retirement parties never get mailed. Yagger buys controlling interest in Ratiji Kladno, the struggling club where it all began. Within weeks, he's skating top-line minutes, selling out the 5,200-seat arena, printing number 68 jerseys by the truckload, and wiring his own salary back into payroll. When injuries sideline him, he still suits up in pre-game warm-ups to draw crowds. By 2020, at 48, he scores the promotion-clinching goal that lifts Kladno back to the Czech Extraliga. Reporters ask why he still plays. He answers, "Because this town wrote my story. I owe them the last chapter." 3 years later, Father Time tries again and misses another check. April 2024. At 52 years, 63 days, Yagger becomes the oldest player ever to score in a professional game, bearing a rebound only he anticipated. Post-game, he hits the gym for weighted pull-ups. Off days still include 100 slap shots with a 20-pound plate wired to his shaft. Yoga sessions lengthen tendons. Mirror drills perfect stick handling without a puck. The mirror never lies. He says, teammates half his age tap out of post-practice laps while he adds 2 more. Sports scientists bring him in for VO2 max tests. The readout mirrors athletes 20 years younger. You train until your body says no. He tells them, then you whisper back, yes. Then, like a cliffhanger scripted in the hockey god's writer's room, Instagram pings the NHL timeline. Early 2025, Yagger posts a slow-motion video from PPG Paints Arena, lugging Fresh Penguins swag and captioned tryout camp. Rumors explode. Is he joining the staff or worse, signing a one-day contract to play? He laughs it off on Czech TV but doesn't deny an exhibition cameo. Ticket sites crash. Former Penguins GM Craig Patrick jokes, "We'd sell out if he just tied his skates at center ice." Whether publicity stunt or genuine itch, the tease proves one thing. Even in his mid-50s, the NHL door isn't fully shut. But doors mean little to a man who already kicked down the biggest one of all, Europe's path to NHL superstardom. List the numbers and you risk monotony, but try anyway. 1,733 NHL games, 766 goals, 1,155 assists, 5 scoring titles, 2 Stanley Cups, over 2,000 pro points across 3 continents, and Hall of Fame induction waiting the moment he actually retires. More important is the mindset he injected into global hockey. European kids used to hear they were too small, too soft, or would peak by 30. Then a Czech farm boy bulldozed through North American blue lines for 30-plus years and left executives redrafting their scouting manuals. Finnish sniper Timo Selän once summed it up, "Yagger didn't open doors for us, he tore them off the hinges." Today's stars, David Pastrnak, Leon Draisaitl, Artemi Panarin, all grew up studying number 68 highlight compilations, mimicking that spin-back shield move on backyard rinks. Even aging veterans now negotiate 3-year deals into their late 30s because teams think, well, if Yagger could. From mud-soaked tractor drills to iced-out Instagram teasers, Jaromír Yagger turned obsession into longevity, scandals into side quests, and criticism into renovation fuel. He raised the bar not by adding seasons, but by reinventing himself every time the bar moved. So the next time someone tells you the clock is unbeatable, remember the mullet that outskated time itself. If this journey fired you up, slam that like button, smash subscribe, and drop your favorite Yagger moment in the comments. Was it the Boston coast to coast in 91 or the record-breaking goal at 52? Your stories keep this channel buzzing, and the next epic tale drops sooner than you think. Until then, keep your edges sharp and your dreams even sharper.